Indulgent fees from you, dog. Adversity, I don't fit the demon with this gun flow.
It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got Bobby Okereke. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the city of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we got a good set score. It's going to be the Detroit Lions taking on the LA Chargers.
Hi, everybody. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by a former first-rounder in his 4th year now out of Utah State, Jordan Love.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Ready? To throw now. Here's Love. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. A pause now as they tend to an injured player. And it's the quarterback, Jordan Love. He's shaken up out there. More from L.A. in a moment. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. That's pulled in at the 32. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Lions will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by someone who needs less introduction than any player in the league. A Super Bowl champion, the league's most valuable player for a second time, Patrick Mahomes.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7. In motion left goes a tight end. Ball again on 2nd down. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. The Lions at 7-1 now on the year. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10. When Mahomes sees something, he'll change the play. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Addison will go in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. He'll check that down to the Nwangwu out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Chase, the motion man right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And his kick is indeed good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And no return here for Sanders. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First and 10 for Dalton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. You talk about this Lions defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. More from L.A. in a moment. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll go again with Hall. Oh, good move. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Straight ahead is Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. This is caught by Addison. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll run with Hall. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Ball again. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Breece Hall, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Two good drives on their first two possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows to 10-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no return here for Sanders. L.A. readies for its next possession. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And Dalton to throw. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Dalton. Give him another one right back to Allen. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. So Dalton now. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Passing, it's Dalton. And he's going to go down again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Dalton. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. More from L.A. in a moment.
Yellow.
Now London motioning left. Hall ought to give up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Yellow.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Hey, 57. Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Dalton looking middle, and it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Dalton now to pass. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Another chance for Dalton. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
It's second down. Dalton looking.
That's caught. Allen Robinson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Second down and 6 now.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. To throw here, Dalton.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Final shot before the half from Mahomes.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Baker Mayfield, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Kenny Pickett leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Matthew Stafford leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right,
these
Coach,
two teams running through their final adjustment before they head back out of the tunnel. And for the call of the second half, let's go back to SoFi Stadium and Brandon Gott.
And bulldozing his way through. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Lions.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Love's throw complete to Hollins. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's got Allen. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
Yellow. Hero 15.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
The tackle made there by Drew Sanders. 2nd down and 8.
On second down, a run with Hall. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
Really an excellent run, sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ready?
Now 2nd and 3.
Ready.
To throw now, here's Love.
Room past the 35.
Allen, nifty footwork. And all the way up to the 46. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery.
He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Okay,
This
ready?
offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Ready?
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Set.
play action this time with Love. And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Ready?
Now Love. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. Cut.
Desperation time here. Love on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Lions will take over. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Hall again. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
They'll run with Hall. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 113 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Mahomes, touchdown. Cole Kmet, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is now 24. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And no return here for Sanders.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
First down, going to the air with Love. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down on a big play there, a gain of 14 on what was a 4th and 10. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
And we pause for an injury here. It looks like it's Keenan Allen who's in some pain down there. Now a 2nd and 6.
Ready?
Throwing. Love.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Lions are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
147 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
2nd and 10. Here's Hall again. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Hall.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Detroit, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Southern California.